want to hear from you guys. We want to hear the movie that blew your mind. And we've got a few to share of our own, guys. It's going to be a good one. Tune in. Gather around the comments, y'all. But we have news. Movie news, that is, with David Mayer. And we got Matt Craig here to field some calls. To shoot some shit. Respond to the news. So many good things going on. Just waiting to get on Twitch. Ooh, we're everywhere, guys. It's gonna be a fun one. There you are. I see you now. I see the two of you on here. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Let's give it to him. Let's give him a show. What do you say, guys?
Sounds good.
Here we go, guys. Tune on in.
Hey everybody, I'm Andrew Edison, and you're tuned in
to Movie Blab.
The clock has started.
Action! What's everybody doing? It's time for another episode of Movie Blab. So you should probably just tune in right now. It's going to be fun. We're going to be talking about the movies that blew our mind. David Mayer and Matt Craig. It's going to be a good one, guys. Bye! Here we go.
Welcome to this podcast.
There we go. Hey, guys. What's going on? It's great to be back. And I'm joined by two amazing gentlemen. We've got David Mayer here. David, how you doing? Welcome back to Movie Blab.
Thank you. Doing good.
They love you on
Glad
there.
to be back.
It's great to see you. Oh, you look so good. Wow. Wow. And then, of course, the one, the only, Mr. Madivan Cragovan. Matt Cragg, how are you doing at Cragum?
I'm doing good, guys. This is an interesting, we're a little on-the-go setup for me today. So
yes, you're in the field.
We figured it out, and I'm glad that we got me here in the Movie Lab studios.
We love you, and we're happy to have you here. It's always good to be back. It's been a few days, but we want to hear about your most mind-blowing movie-watching experiences. That's what we're all about today. We're going to be doing some other things, too, as always, but what we want to talk to you about is that. What was the movie that you watched that blew your effing mind, man? I know that I've had this experience many times. And it, over in my life, and when it happens, it's awesome. And it's a special type of movie that really blows your mind. It's different than blowing you away, right? It's more cerebral. What do you think? What do you think of this topic, guys? Come on now, let's do a show.
I like it.
Hey.
I want to say that the first movie that blew my mind was Terminator 2.
Oh, awesome. That's
I remember
cool.
seeing that in first grade when I was like 6 years old. I had a friend whose parents had a huge VHS collection, and in first grade, I would go over for sleeповers at his house. We'd be watching these and it was so inappropriate for our age.
Yeah.
And the villain freaked me out. I mean, it blew my mind because the violence I couldn't conceptualize up and down until that point. And this villain that can morph out of anything, like I had nightmares for weeks. All the time I kept thinking like he was gonna just morph out of the ground and stab me in the face. I have to fall asleep with like a sheet over my head. It's absurd.
I think childhood is a time when the mind is often blown by a movie like the most. I know that The Sixth Sense for me was a big one. Got to give it to Shyamalan for The Sixth Sense. I didn't know a movie. I mean, it includes movies that have twists, obviously, but it can be mind blowing for many reasons. And The Sixth Sense was scary to me, as a child in a way that I have never experienced. It was way scarier than Are You Afraid of the Dark, which was really my other main horror, and R.L. Stein's Goosebumps movies. Those are sort of my early horror experiences. But once I saw The Sixth Sense, it was like, okay, I'm going to start watching all kinds of messed up movies now.
Yeah, I mean, it's the audience that it's targeted towards is much more mature, and it's a lot more suspenseful and thrilling, and they really use the cinematic genre to amp that all up, whereas some of these TV horror shows don't necessarily do that.
That's a good one. Before we hear from Matt Craig, if you guys want to call in with your favorite movie, your movie that blew your mind,
a mind-blowing film wreck. We want to hear it. We've got some mind-blowing film wrecks of our own, so it's going to be fun to exchange. We'll have a little exchange, guys. Let's see. The lines are officially open. Looks like we have 2 missed calls from Alex Kahn. Kind of early in the show, Alex. Matt, do you have any? Oh, there he is again. I want to hear Matt Cragg's. First, I want to hear Matt Cragg's. Well, just a quick one. I mean, we're going to talk about a lot of movies, obviously, because
Sure.
a lot of movies blow my mind. But I want to hear yours.
I think when I was in high school, when I first watched Requiem of a Dream.
Oh, that was definitely one for me too. Holy shit! Yes.
The first time I watched Requiem, I was like, "Oh my god, movies can be like this." And I was like, "This is like one of the most fucked up things I've ever seen in my entire life." And I was like.
And I learned a lot, and it made me think a lot.
The rest of the day, I watched it in the middle of the afternoon, with one of my friends, and then the rest of the day, both of us were just kind of walking around in a daze.
Yeah,
I was just like, oh my god.
How much more uncomfortable would you have been had you watched it with your parents, though?
A lot more. I would say. I think they came. We were watching it at my house, and they came in at one point, and they're like, "What are you guys watching?" I was like, "Mom, you don't want to.
Yeah, I've had those
You don't
times.
want to watch this. You don't want to sit down and watch this with us. This is pretty twisted."
Exactly. Oh man.
What's a recent movie that has blown either of your minds? What's one?
I
of the
mean,
most
Parasite
recent
is the first one I think about.
Yeah, Parasite for sure.
I think more Lighthouse. I think
Lighthouse.
Lighthouse left me with my mouth ajar.
Well, yes, exactly. I think we have to figure out what qualifies mind blowing. That's the journey that we're taking.
I think walking out of the theater, mouth agape, kind of speaks for itself. There, you're just having to process. You're still processing it after the film has ended.
Yes.
And you just have it's more than a visceral reaction. You're still living with it days later. You're still thinking about it, how it affected you. That to me is mind blows. Is more of a mind blowing thing.
Yeah, it's interesting. Sorry, I'm just trying to share the page.
Share away, baby.
Share the stream. Hopefully the Trump supporters will get at me because I was so aggressive with my stance this week.
Oh, excellent. Have the Scientologists come knocking on your door yet?
It's all my master plan, dude. It's all my master plan.
As if they didn't know where you stood before.
Yeah, right.
Have you introduced your plant, Melania, or is it Ivanka now, to your fans?
Melania.
You should get a plant, man.
I unnamed my plant. I unnamed my plant because it just wasn't funny anymore, We got people tuning in all over the place in the watch party. Excellent. We want to hear from you guys. It's going to be a super fun one. We are talking about the movies that blew our minds, and we want to hear from you at 908-679-9940. That's 908-679-9940. We want to hear from you, and we want to hear what movies have blown your mind so that we can check them out. We've got a few recommendations for our viewers, those who are too timid to call in at the moment. You can also leave us a voicemail. We believe in you, and you believe in us. And that's what's fun about MovieBlab.
Let me tell you, Andrew, I'm so pleased that neither of you have mentioned any Christopher Nolan movies yet, because if anybody calls in telling me that a Christopher Nolan film blew their minds, I would be very disappointed.
What's with the Christopher Nolan hate? I like Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, but they're not mind-blowing.
Yeah.
They're confusing.
Some of them really are. You don't think
Which
The Prestige is mind-blowing?
No.
The Prestige didn't blow your mind?
I think it was a good film.
Yeah, I think
he makes good movies,
I
but
agree. I agree. He has a lot of mind-blowing movies. I don't know what I'm saying.
He has a lot of mind-blowing movies.
Yeah.
But the level to which your mind is blown, I mean, are we talking...
I think some of them may be overrated, but I think some of them might be overrated, but they can still be mind-blowing.
I think the only reason that I may have
we have a caller.
thought about a Nolan... Oh, is it...
Nope.
Crap. Oh.
Call from...
Joe Petrucci.
Oh, Joe Petrucci finally called in. This is going to be a good one, guys. Oh, wow, Joe. The day has finally come when you call into my show.
Hey, what's up, douchebag?
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. I thought you're live.
I am live.
Oh, okay. Am I on the air?
Yes.
All right, good. Just making sure.
For now. Well, you got a movie that blew your mind?
Yeah, I got a movie that blew my mind. It's called Deep Throat.
Okay. I've heard of this. Is it? It's like. Tell me more about it. I think I know the poster. Isn't it like Lips?
You never seen it?
Are you talking about? Would you describe it so I can see if I've seen it?
You're sounding pretty nervous and evasive right now, Andy.
I'm not nervous at all. I'm so excited you called in, to be honest. I've been looking forward to, you have a particular brand that I think is great for a caller. So I want to actually hear from you, though.
Is this the first time you have a celebrity calling in?
Oh, right. You think you're a celebrity. I forgot that part. Yes. No, we've had Paddington Bear, and we've had Dr. Phil and a couple other people. Mr. Freeze called in once. So some celebs.
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
You've been watching too many cartoons, Andy.
What Mr. Freeze is this was the Arnold version, the live action version, who called in. So it was a little different.
You're telling me Arnold Schwarzenegger called in?
Yeah, he called in. Yeah, and so did Paddington Bear. Joe.
IRL.
You're running a TV show filled with lies.
Keep going.
There's nothing but deception on your part. I'm not going to stand for it.
Okay.
Joe, tell us more about Deep Throat.
Are you going to tell us about Deep Throat?
What about it?
What is it? Who's in it?
What part blew your mind?
What, the actors or something? What, you want me to read you the cast credits?
IMDb reviews if possible.
Forget it.
I know what you want. You called me.
I didn't call you. You called me.
What
Yeah, you called me.
guys?
I'm just answering your call.
This is insanity.
Yo, Griffin's here. Fuck this guy.
Griffin Davis, how's it going, man?
I just called to say I don't know who this guy is, but it's my turn.
I'm going to fight that guy.
Bring it on. Let's go.
All right, what's up? Let's go.
Fight Island.
All right, listen. I got to get my lasagna out of the microwave. What time is it there?
It's airing right now. It's live. Don't you understand how live works?
Yeah, but then when does that
I don't see myself on the TV.
Well, you're tuned into the wrong channel, Joe. I don't know what to tell you, bud. You seem confused, but that's okay. The lasagna will help you.
Listen, I'll be back.
Okay, I believe you. I'm glad. Thank you for this first call, Joe. It's going to be, when you get back, you can fight Griffin.
I'll check back in soon.
Okay, good.
All right.
Is he related to Garfield?
Griffin, will you turn off your camera for just a second? Is he related to Garfield?
What is this?
I don't know. He might be. I'll have to ask him. I'm excited that he finally called in. I think we bit him with the bug. I imagine he's going to say some heinous things on the show eventually, but for now he seemed quite well-mannered.
Who?
I looked up Deep Throat, and apparently it's a
yes, Joe.
1972 American pornographic film that was the forefront at the golden age of porn. The leading actress, Linda Lovelace, later wrote that she was coerced and sexually assaulted in the production and that it is a real rape pornography film.
God damn.
Snuff at its best.
He's disgusting. Okay, well, let's take a quick break and then we're going to add Griffin, right? Griffin, you got a second? Or do you just want to chill on the line like this?
I'm arguing with someone online. Hold on.
Should I take a break to add you, bud?
Well, no, I'm here. Do I need to be on?
Are you on the phone?
I'm on the phone, yeah.
You called? Or you joined my Zoom? You're in my Zoom,
He
right?
joined. He joined the Zoom.
Well,
yeah.
if you want to be on, you could sit in front of your green screen, or you can just be audio, whichever you prefer.
Let me just be audio for now. I might come in a little bit.
We've got Griffin on the line. The lines are still open, though, guys. That was a great.
Griffin, what's a movie that blew
bud?
your mind?
What's good?
What's a movie that blew your mind, Griffin?
Damn. Trash Humpers.
Definitely. I'm so glad you said that.
That's a great That's a great answer.
What was so mind-blowing about Trash Humpers for you? For me, it was the anarchy.
Yeah, well, I think that what it seems like anarchy at first, but there's like a narrative, and I think it taught me that like stories can and should be told in all sorts of different ways.
Yes, it's true, and that what a movie is can be totally reinvented. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Trash
and
Humpers,
I
by
don't.
Harmony Korine.
I don't like the whole. I don't like art films that like are just so all over the place. They're more about style than like narrative.
Yeah, and they throw style
that's
out the
not
window.
what Trash Humpers is.
Yeah.
Trash Humpers has a style. It does, but it is telling a story, and that's actually what it cares about doing first and foremost, as opposed to some other more, fucking avant-garde shit that's just like, oh, look at this cool room we shot in with like a bunch of naked chicks in costumes.
And the lights are all purple and green and blue.
I don't give a fuck about that. I think those people, take the cameras away from those people.
Yes, and just take the camera, put on a mask, and live under a bridge for 2 weeks so you can make something even close to Trash
The thing
Humpers.
that really blew my mind about Trash Humpers was how nauseous it made me feel. A real visceral effect on my body. Watching that movie. So you
nausea
can
was
say
my
that.
number one. And then nausea from like there's a specific scene that's a little gross where they make someone eat soap.
If you enjoy the soap, I'd recommend
not for the.
Soak that throat in them suds.
Soak that throat in them suds.
I don't think the gross out stuff is what made me nauseous. I just think the overall like tone and feel of the film is what made me.
Yeah.
Oh man, it only exhilarates
Stick
me
to
in
my
every
side.
moment because I just feel the pure art. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, for me it's exhilarating, but also it's scary and funny. I think that a lot of times when I get scared, I laugh.
Yes.
And I think that is like a specific sector of comedy, actually.
Ooh, I love that. Yes, absolutely. It's interesting too because Harmony Korine's film was reviewed. This film was Trash Humpers was reviewed locally at the Nashville scene, and they called the movie assaultive and bleak, which I disagree with both of those. I find it to be charming and fun. It's a great. He intended it for it to be the great American comedy. That's what he set out.
Which
to
one?
do.
Trash Humpers?
Trash Humpers. He said this. I set out to make the great American comedy, and this is how I did it. And this is how you should do it.
Yeah. I think it is a lot about the. I think it is about the death of the American dream.
Yes, it's so relevant now. Super relevant.
Yeah, no. I think it's relevant.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, I gotta get Luke back.
Yeah, dude. This is actually the stream deck, but yes, loop back too, so you can send sound effects through the phone.
Earlier, you were sharing video to me of your screen, so I could see what your OBS was. That's gone now.
Oh, that's so weird because everyone else can see it, right? Or it says I'm screen sharing. Here,
I don't know. I'm on the grid view,
there
so
we go.
I can see.
How's that? You can see now? No?
Yes, sir.
Griffin, you can't see it, huh?
It's just an image of you. That's okay. I'm not worried.
Oh, you should click around. I feel like I'm sharing it to everyone else. Oh, looks like we got a caller. I think it's Joe Feditucci or whatever his name is again.
Call from
Joe Feditucci.
Oh, here's Joe.
To accept.
I got 20 on Joe.
You got 20
Sorry,
on Joe.
Griffin.
All right, Griffin. Griffin, I got 10 on Griffin.
Okay, so Joe, obviously we both care a lot about the people of Libya.
Okay.
What?
What about him?
Oh, are you the guy that wrote the Hillary supporter line?
Oh yeah, that was me.
Hell yeah, Joe. Let's go. Now, Joe. Obviously, me and you are big Libya fans. Big fans of the people of Syria.
Gaddafi was base.
Yeah, and we want to make sure the Kurds are armed, don't we?
No.
Hey, what happened?
So Joe, you've seen the full Hillary.
I got something to tell you.
Yeah, let him talk.
You can't Mossad the Assad, okay?
Yeah, there you go. Wow, hard to argue with something that rhymes. Hard to argue there. So did you see the Hulu doc?
The what? No, I didn't watch that. Did you?
Oh hell yeah, I watched all of it.
Yeah. Okay. What'd you think?
It kind of reminded me of The Shining.
The original Shining or the remake?
Well, it's as if it's like it's about
who's talking right now?
It's about an IRL Shining, but it's made with the quality of the people who made the second Shining.
Like Moonshine?
Moonshine.
Oh man.
That's what I feel like I've been drinking.
So a porn
Which one's Griffin?
Griffin's the one that you can't see. He's on the line. He's also on the line.
That's why I have the boldest opinions.
Yeah, you both don't have. We're just sitting here listening to you guys, but that's the whole point of a call-in show. I'm loving it, and I wish you would fight more, but I don't know what I can do to encourage that.
No, we're agreeing.
Griffin's the resident Hillary supporter.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, no, he's not. No.
Bernie bro.
No, he's not even that anymore. This is a really riveting conversation, guys. It's really the politics are deep.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, who needs a host?
So I got a question for you. Who do you think really killed Jeffrey Epstein?
I mean, like a lot of people.
A bunch of people got
Maybe
together
Weinstein.
and decided to do it.
Probably Weinstein.
It's probably Weinstein killing Epstein.
Yeah, I think
they
they had to get Steens in there.
If your name ends in Steen, it's not great right now, to be honest. And that's a lot of people.
My guess on who really killed Jeffrey Epstein.
You know how it is with those people.
Oh my God, shut up.
What? People with the last name that ends in Steen. I don't know what you're getting at.
Okay, good. Anybody else? Anything else for Joe?
No, wait. What we're talking about an important subject here.
Okay, go ahead.
Who do I mean, Craig, who did you say you thought who killed him?
Yeah, I think it was the CIA because it was bungled the first time. Remember
Well, that would mean it was the CIA the first time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
bunglers.
That's why they bungled it. They bungled it. So that's why I think it's the CIA.
I think it was Bill DeBunglio, mayor of New York City.
The debungler.
A couple minutes left. I just got to ask you. So when there's a
couple
movie
minutes left
about
on
the
that.
Epstein killing, who gets to play Hillary Clinton?
In which movie?
Jude Law.
In the movie about Epstein being killed, who plays Hillary Clinton?
Probably Jude Law. That sounds good. I like that.
Who gets to play her?
Emma Thompson played her in Primary Colors.
Oh, Primary Colors is so good.
And I thought she did a pretty good job as Hillary. I'd like to see her bring that performance back.
I think it should be Emma Watson. So,
I think it should be a lot like Howard Stern's Private Parts, where she really plays herself.
Yeah, that'd be sick, dude. She's not doing anything. She loves Howard Stern now too.
Hillary's a great actor. Wow, it's like here she is like fucking on the plane and on the Lolita Express. It's amazing.
That's truly a movie that would blow my mind.
I'd pay to see it.
Yeah, I'd pay to see that one for sure. It's good.
I'd pay to make it.
I'd invest $1 million. I'd invest $1 million billion.
Okay,
well, look,
we got a new
how about
Kickstarter.
this? You guys put up the money, and I'll write the script.
Oh, how are your scripts? You write a lot of scripts?
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of them.
That's usually a bad sign.
Well, that's not a bad sign. It's a sign he's a
Is it
writer.
prolific?
It's prolific. What's wrong with lots of
Yeah,
screenplays?
I'm a prolific creator. It's a sign of genius.
He's a self-elected celebrity, so you have to respect that lifestyle.
Yeah, self-election is good.
I'm world renowned. People know me.
Joe, how's that lasagna?
It's pretty good. I'm getting started on eating it right now, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
I have a question for Andrew. So Andrew, is Joe gone?
Yeah,
He's
I
gone?
think his jail timer went out.
Is Joe has Joe been one of the guys culled from your Facebook?
No, he wrote something stupid. But it wasn't like it didn't offend me to the point of wanting to cancel Joe because I like Joe. He's got he's got a style. He's controversial. I think he could be great for this show. And I'm not.
Yeah, I mean,
he'll get the
Joe's right. Joe's right on certain things, so you know.
I want to respect everyone's views on this show, just not on my Facebook wall.
No, yeah, for sure. And you know, it's so interesting because your Facebook is filled with all sorts of cretins.
Yes, it is. I've been blocking them one by one. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if it's full of cretins. I'll mow them down. Anyway, let's stop talking about my Facebook.
And how would you mow them down?
Probably with a block.
With a block, one by one.
Yeah, just block.
Sorry guys, welcome to Movie Block, where we block the haters.
Yes, that'd be a fun show, dude. I'd do that with you. It doesn't even have to be. It could be Block Blab. That would probably make a little more sense. Unless we're gonna try and make it movie themed.
I thought about going full id and doing a show where I just scroll through my Facebook and read the posts. just fully burning every
I would
bridge.
Totally love
that.
This
is just a live Twitch of you just arguing with people online.
I would
not arguing,
discussing.
just literally discussing and reading the things that people think should be posted.
And
would you comment as well? Would you add your own comments, or are you just reading other people's?
Well, I mean, I would comment on the stream about them. You know,
do impersonations, voices.
Yeah. If it's a different race, absolutely.
Oh man, no need to make it about race. Let's make it about gender instead.
Okay, yeah. So I'll do a girl voice. If I'm impersonating a girl, I'll do it like a high pitched kind of voice.
I know some pretty deep pitched ladies.
Where'd Matt Cragg go? He's fucking up everything.
Someone called me on my phone.
That's hilarious. Give them this number instead. Say, hey, you can.
I think it was a scammer. I don't know.
I think Alex Kahn was getting jealous while we were talking to Joe because he called twice while we were talking to him.
So Andrew, are you voting in New York or Texas?
Oh my god. I'm voting in Texas.
You're voting in Texas?
Yeah,
great.
Absentee, baby. Yeah, where it makes a difference.
Because I think Texas actually potentially is a swing state this time.
I know. That's why That's why I was like. That's why I've always placed my address there and haven't updated it. To be honest, I do like voting in Texas, so I'm gonna vote. I just actually registered yesterday, which is dope.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna report you for voter fraud.
Yeah, go for it.
Please do.
Go for it, guys. Go for it. I spend enough time there. Screw you all. That is so beautiful, David. Thank you for bringing that to the screen.
I think, I think, so, here's something I wanted to bring up. I mean, Andrew, it's no secret that both you and me have been huge fans of the television show Cops. Which
yes, I have in the past, and I regret it. I think it's a great reflection of how times have changed.
Times have changed. I was only ever in it for the big snakes.
Yes, me too, and I agree with that. But also, I'm also going to simultaneously take some responsibility for watching and enjoying that show right now here live on the air, which I just did.
Please.
And I don't think I will no longer continue to watch that or Live PD, which I wasn't into.
They stopped it.
It's Alex Kahn.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They canceled them. They officially canceled Cops.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
After 31 years or something.
There's a great longest running television show.
There's a great podcast about it that came out that was like way in advance. That was like, yo, this shit is corrupt, and they interviewed me for it. I'm so glad I didn't do it.
What?
Yeah, I didn't get the gig. Because I was like, Cops is fun, but like I get why it's fucked up. I think they were like, let's not let this guy make a fool of himself.
So man. Yeah, probably best for your career overall.
Yeah. I mean, between that and even more twisted was Dog the Bounty Hunter.
For sure. There's way more worse ones.
Because I mean, with Dog the Bounty Hunter, it's like we loved Dog and we loved Beth, and literally their entire job was to just find people who are too poor for our judicial system and put them in jail.
It's crazy how when people wake up about stuff, their whole taste changes too. Like, I have not been in the mood to finish watching the Dirty Harry movies recently.
Yeah, hey, take a shower.
I was going, and I was just like, now I'm just like, no.
Yeah, you know, I think on chapter 17 of White Fragility, that's where we cancel Dirty Harry.
It changes. I mean, social movements change how people. We don't need to cancel Dirty Harry. It's not like it's whatever. But
well,
I think we are going to see new types.
Right now.
We are going to see new types of cop movies, and they're
you know what I've been thinking about a lot with this is like cop sitcoms, or like when people play cops on sitcoms, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, or like New Girl. Like one of the guys is a cop.
They're always great. They're always great cops.
Yeah, and they're always like fun and they're nice and they don't ever show them doing anything bad. It's just like it's like propaganda, like goofy. It's like, oh, these guys, they're just they're just a bunch of fun. They're out there protecting and serving, and they have a goofy good time with their friends.
Yeah,
CBS is seriously screwed. Their entire lineup is cop shows with NCSI, with SWAT, everything. Like, they're gonna have to
ones
change.
Like SWAT are gonna go for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. One by one, they're going to start getting canceled.
It really is like any time of day, you can probably turn on cable and you could like easily find a cop show playing, like whether it's live or a rerun.
They just announced a new Law and Order recently, no?
I don't know. What were you gonna say, Griffin?
Well, here's something I've forgotten. I had 3 incredible jokes that I've discarded because I had to listen. What's it called? Here's the big takeaway for me about all this cop stuff, and I think the ultimate narrative victory for one of my big theses, which has been that The Sopranos is better than The Wire, and now I win, and now I fucking win, and now I fucking win. You know why? Because The Wire is about how killer cops are fucking cool and can also be teachers. And The Sopranos is about saying, fuck the cops.
And fuck Story, the way it ended. Oh my god, what a terrible end.
Shut up.
Yeah, you are right though, Griffin. About
the crowd agrees with Griffin.
With Presbeluski, the Presbeluski character. It's like, oh yeah, this is a cop who killed another cop and also like beat up a kid with his gun and like made him lose his eye. But don't worry, he's a school teacher now.
Yeah, don't worry. These people do, like, they can be reformed and not their actions are totally chill. But yeah, aside from that, also the guy who wrote The Wire is a cop fucking bootlicker. David Simon is fucking garbage, and even worse, his tweets are bad. So
Alex,
that's what's most important.
Yeah, his tweets are bad. Yeah, okay, you're not the star of this, but you can chime in with us, okay, bud?
Okay, so I'm just saying, a lot of people have tried to come at me with the idea that The Wire is the best television show, and it's literally just liberal bootlickers who just fucking they think it's cool to like have a show that's about something, like and it's like The Sopranos it's not like an anti-cop show, and it's not a pro-crime show. The Sopranos is about sort of the eroding elasticity of the American dream.
Exactly, and you're hitting on something about cop movies that is, when we're revisiting them, is interesting to me. Like Training Day is still super relevant because it's about where corruption takes you, and like the challenge of being like a rookie cop with trying to hold on to their morals. Like to me, that stuff still resonates, like you're saying about The Sopranos. But then there's a lot to cancel.
The Place Beyond the Pines is actually a very relevant movie that's about cops right now, which is a movie that blew my mind.
The Place Beyond the Pines. But I interrupted you, Griffin.
No, you didn't.
Okay. I like The Place Beyond the Pines. Have you seen that? Anybody?
No. Place Beyond the Pines is one of my favorite movies. It's
it's sort of a divisive movie for people, but I like it, and definitely he's right about it not glorifying at all.
Because that movie,
I'll have to revisit
if I can like spoil it, like that movie.
No, don't, because I want to see it.
No, nobody's seen it. Nobody's seen it.
It's been on my watch list for a while.
Yeah, spare us that
one. But I'm just saying it's very relevant to today, like especially right now.
Yes.
If you have seen it.
And that is in line with what we've been discussing. Very good. Thank you.
And it's also important to remember that it's not just cop movies and cop TV shows that are getting boot or getting changed. We've got HBO Max recently that just temporarily removed Gone with the Wind because of its racist depictions.
Yep.
So it's a lot of old content as well that is getting a revised look, if you will. I mean,
I'm excited to read about what they think they can do. Oh my God! Stop.
Well, most likely they're going to do what they did with other Disney pictures. Other Disney pictures, I think, including Dumbo. They have warnings beforehand that will say, this program is presented as an originally created, and it may contain outdated cultural depictions, which Disney does not agree with. So it's surprising that they haven't already gone through their library and done that with outdated movies, in my opinion. I could be wrong about that. But
yeah, can you watch Song of the South on Disney Plus?
That's one of the ones you can't anymore. No, they've removed that one, right? I
would imagine that they would try and distance themselves from that one. Yeah.
So where do y'all fall on this?
Here's one thing about the Song of the South. Is like there's this Twitter movement to change the Splash Mountain ride.
Definitely.
Because it depicts Song of the South. I went on the Splash Mountain ride recently, and it's a technical marvel. Just being on it, the experiences, the indoor buildings, and just the way it guides you through it. It's one of the best created rides of all time. But yeah, it does have all that shit attached to it.
4
and a lot
hours
of people
ago,
want to change it to the Princess and the Frog ride. And that's a huge mistake because that move, huh?
It says here they just want to change the song. It says here they just want to change the song. They want to retheme it, right?
They want to retheme the whole ride to Princess and the Frog. A huge mistake.
Okay.
That movie sucks.
Yes.
And you can't just put a bad movie in and replace something.
But it's not just about the fact that it's bad. It's because of its depiction of the first African American or Black princess as an animated feature.
Yeah, that's a big part
Disney.
of it. Yeah,
it's more the symbolic nature of it than the terrible.
And
plot.
They can't make it Coco because that doesn't work at all. They're sort of limited on options. Where they can make it Snow White, that's not a good response either.
No, there's one clear, obvious option, and it's Moana. Moana is way better than fucking Coco.
Oh, turn it into Hawaii? Is that Hawaii, right?
Yeah. Well, it makes sense too because Moana's on a boat.
Aesthetic.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair.
And it's built around nature and a central thing that could be that big tree giant at the end and the volcano at the end. This is it all works, and Moana is actually a good movie with people of color as opposed to Princess and the Frog, which is unwatchable.
Yeah. That was one of my favorite fairy tales, but I didn't watch the movie, and I don't imagine it panning into it. I think I did see, maybe the first 5 minutes, and I was like, why am I watching this? It's bad. Because they can't all be hits with Disney. Come on. They got too many things.
The one thing I did like about Princess and the Frog was the hand-drawn animation, but I agree that it is not one of their best movies and that the plot is lacking. But I did like that they went back to that hand-drawn animation style.
I agree. That's cool.
Moana is also not 3D.
Never mind.
Griffin, I think you might enjoy this. I pulled it out special just for this episode.
Hello and welcome to the Springfield Police Department Rescue Phone. If you know the name of the felony being committed, press 1. To choose from a list of felonies, press 2. If you are being murdered or are calling from a rotary phone, please stay on the line.
Yeah, that's like the LAPD hotline.
Yeah, exactly.
I live in the poor neighborhoods, and I've called 911, and they just don't come.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's pretty sick. And I mean, this was back before I had the opinion that I'll never call 911 again. But there was a guy waving a gun around outside the house. So I was like, yeah, I guess I'll call 911. And they're like, oh yeah, sure, we'll be right there. And they just never came.
Oh man. Yeah, it's the Simpsons predict everything. They didn't predict it. They were just making fun of what was happening right then already.
It's still happening.
Why
that's an example of a
Trump
show that
invent the
depicts cops. That's an example of a show that depicts cops correctly.
Oh yeah, as fat losers.
Yeah, as fat idiots.
Love
Exactly. We might not be talking about mind-blowing movies, but we are blowing your mind with this political realisms.
Yeah, there's no politics in movies and art.
Keep your politics out of my movies and art.
Hey, Oliver Stone, get your movies out of my politics.
Hey, what happened?
You fucking stoner. Do you know that Oliver Stone smokes weed on the set of his movies?
Who does?
What a
Oliver
hero.
Stone.
Wow. Good for him.
Yeah, I've heard that he smokes weed the whole time. I've also heard that so does Whoopi. So there's a little celebrity.
Damn, and
Celebrity
Whoopi's on
news.
camera.
Breaking news.
Yo, who keeps calling you?
This is Alex. Let's just address him and then move on. What do you say? We'll give him some
Let
attention.
him in and
Well, he was, but then he was talking over everybody.
Alex,
mute him.
come on.
I can only mute.
Alex,
my-
you've destroyed the integrity of
Yes?
the conversation.
You
With
keep
these calls.
calling again and again, and it's kind of annoying. But we'll
Okay, cool.
we've moved on, so we'll entertain you now. What's going on?
Okay, you gonna call me back?
No, go ahead.
No, you're on the line.
Yeah, hey, Alex.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Call back in 2 minutes, and then call back in another 2 minutes, and then call back in another 4 minutes, and then wait 5 more minutes, and then call back again.
Hazing the intern for the last week.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Alex is the intern for the show, and we're officially just going to hear him out here. This is Intern Corner, guys, with Alex Kahn on the line, calling in with what's on his mind. He might do a poem. He's partially blind.
I am not partially blind.
Damn. You can only see the truth.
Yeah. Go ahead, Truth Sayer. What you got for us? Is it?
So yeah, what I was about to say was like I remember. You know what's funny is I remember when Cops was like literally. I remember watching Cops like that was like the entire thing people would watch during sleepovers. It was like the ideal like 13-year-old boy sleepover show for some reason. I have no idea why though. That's the strangest thing. But yeah, I would say for the movie that did blow my mind, it'd probably be Place Beyond the Pines. Place Beyond the Pines is a brilliant film. Place Beyond the Pines is probably one of the greatest films ever made.
We've already talked about Place Beyond the Pines.
That's okay.
Okay,
This is the intro corner.
The other movie I want to say is Her.
There we go.
Is definitely that's like the second movie that really changed my view, as well as like Dazed and Confused. Like those are my three: Dazed and Confused, Her, and Place Beyond the Pines.
Yeah, I think Her's a good mind-blowing movie for sure.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I knew Scarlett Johansson could be an Asian person, but a phone?
Oh, dude, you don't.
Also, I have a funny story.
I got you, bro. I got you, bro.
Wait.
Wait. Hold on. I need him to say it again. Go ahead.
I have a funny story.
No,
about
not
that.
you, Griffin.
Remember,
Griffin's gonna say his joke now. Go ahead, Griffin.
I thought I already said it.
We weren't recording.
Very good. Okay, go ahead, Alex. You've already exasperating Craig.
I actually remember. I remember actually seeing that movie. Like I saw it at like New York Film Festival, and I remember. Literally there was a standing ovation in the credits when Scarlett Johansson's name was put on the credits. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
As in, like, people like that she wasn't recognized, or what?
No. It wasn't like she wasn't recognized. It was just like all the credits were like, oh, there's nice claps. But when Scarlett Johansson came, it was the fucking standing ovation.
Which city and what theater was this? And I'll tell you why.
I saw it at New York Film Festival.
Oh man. So okay, Her blew your mind.
I thought it. Andrew might know what I'm talking about. I thought at Walter Reed. for the New York Film Festival?
No, I don't know about that.
It's in
The Veterans Hospital?
No, it's
You
not
saw
a veterans
her at a
hospital.
Veterans Hospital?
No, it's in Lincoln Center.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I just heard
Oh,
Walter Reed. I was like, that's like the famous Veterans Hospital.
Lincoln Center.
The
That's
thing about
Upper West Side, right?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing
There you
about
go.
her, a lot of people like this movie. I think this movie really sucks. I think it
Same.
sucks
Whoa,
a lot
what
of
the
ass.
fuck?
It's celebration of incel culture, and I'm not a fan. I think it's dumb.
Celebration of incel culture. That's dope.
Although,
Like the Joker?
Just letting you know, I'm going to make when I was like 13 or 14, that movie really fucking spoke to me. It's still.
I think
like,
that's my
it's
point
still-
exactly.
No, I'm just saying like.
Hold on, hold for Cougar Snarl.
And I think saying that my favorite movie when I was 13 or 14 was Her says all about what 13 or 14-year-old Alex was.
We're all
Right.
really interested in that. Yeah.
I mean, it's still a movie that I think is brilliant, but I don't think it's like, I like, it's one of those movies that I think that it, in terms of, I think it's one of those movies that really visually, says the emotions as well as the screenplay is very good, but the direction is almost as great. Like, it's one of the few movies that I feel like it's a lot of movies that it's really well directed, but the screenplay is like good, and so it's one of those movies that's almost equally well directed in it as it is well written.
Yeah, Craig's right. It's about incels.
I don't think it's about an incel movie. It's not an incel movie. I mean, like, I agree with you that there is very much an incel interpretation of it.
Yeah.
But I don't think that it's an incel movie. It's just a movie about love.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to talk about her anymore.
Why? We're a movie podcast.
I'm liking
And
it.
definitely
You haven't seen how mad he's gotten at Con before.
Craig.
Definitely,
UCD 101.
and then
Yes,
my third, and then my third movie
can't
that
believe
blew
you
my
just said
mind
that.
was Dazed and Confused. Dazed and Confused was a big movie for me. Dazed and Confused is a brilliant film.
That sound effect.
I love it.
Dazed and Confused
I
is one of those
like
movies
Dazed and Confused. It's about being in high school in Texas. So
Dazed and
I like
Confused is
Dazed
one
and
of those movies
Confused.
that
Dude, everybody
Dazed and Confused is-
wants some. The spiritual sequel is the worst thing that's ever been made.
Yeah, I know a guy.
think
I know a
it's
dude
that
in that.
I do
I
too.
don't think it's that bad.
Tanner Kalina?
Was that the one about the baseball team?
Yes, it was the one about.
It was
baseball
really
team.
well
It was the one
reviewed.
Yeah, it was well reviewed. Did anybody?
It's like,
see, did anybody
imagine
see
a
Where'd You Go,
movie
Bernadette?
imagine a movie that should be something I like the idea that dudes rock, and then finding the worst collection of dudes. Just
man.
absolute, just the worst types.
Oh.
Just vacant water polo players. Like, just fucking loser idiots.
Everybody
and
wants
put them
some
all in
water
a room.
polo. You know
and
you
you
want
have
some.
them do improv? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Everybody wants some.
Everybody wants some. And we did that, by the way, Griffin.
Yeah, but but our archetype of dudes is way different from
yes,
water
you're
polo
right.
player.
You're right. I agree.
And has anybody seen Where'd You Go, Bernadette? The last Linklater movie, which was shitty. The really bad last Linklater movie. The Where'd You Go, Bernadette with Kate Blanchett.
That's how I feel about most Linklater films.
Yeah, me too. That's my vibe.
So
School of Rock is good.
Like, when you see
got a
that movie,
couple
it's
good
so
ones.
generic, and it's like, why did Richard Linklater make this film? And he makes movies that are just like, he has movies like Fast Food Nation and shit like that, where it's like, what the fuck? Like, he has like some what the fuck movies. And sometimes those what the fuck movies are great. Like, one of my favorite Linklater movies is one of his most unexpected movies, which is Bernie. Bernie is such a good movie.
Bernie's good.
Bernie's good. School
That's
of Rock
mind blowing.
is
I thought that was
good.
kind of mind blowing. Yeah, Bernie is good.
Definitely better than
Bernie's
Biden.
like a mind-blowing movie, but I thought Bernie was like a really it's a movie that you can just watch like a lot. Like I probably have seen Bernie like over and over again more than I've seen like most of his other films. But even though I don't love it as much as, and also I think Before Sunset is much better than Before Sunrise.
I actually haven't seen those. I haven't seen the Before Sunset, Before Sunrise, Before Midnight.
I would recommend Before Sunset is my favorite because it's kind of like Before Midnight is by far my least favorite because I don't know why, but that idea of like just the couple that we liked so much in Before Sunrise and Before Sunset fighting. It's a good movie, but it's just kind of hard for me to watch. And then before Sunrise is pretty good, but Before Sunset I actually really like. It's the most emotional, it's the most funny, and it's just yeah.
Well, while we're talking about Linklater, should we talk about Boyhood?
Yeah, we should talk about Boyhood.
I want to hear Griffin's thoughts on Boyhood.
Yeah, I just want to hear Griffin's thoughts on Boyhood.
Yeah, I think Boyhood is the best thing Vimeo's ever made. Just a garbage, just like putting a time lapse camera on a skyscraper and like uploading the traffic footage. I don't know.
Not even that great.
What do you think? Boyhood. What do you think is better, Boyhood or that Subway commercial?
Wait, the Subway commercial. Which one are you talking about?
It's one of those ones that like goes around on Twitter every once in a while where like you'll never believe what this is actually advertising, and they show this guy like this kid like growing up and like yelling at his mom and like having his first kiss and her breaking his heart,
right,
and then at the end he orders a Subway sandwich.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know what's better, Boyhood or that Subway commercial.
I think part of the magic of filmmaking is finding actors that look similar to each other across decades.
But that's
how do they do it?
Moonlight.
No, I mean I much prefer that to something that's like faux interesting, which is like, oh, I literally just have the resources to follow someone around with a camera. Except it's just like a very uninteresting person.
The only things I liked about Boyhood were being like, oh,
Griffin,
well, look, that's Houston, or like, oh, look, that's Austin.
That's how I feel. Like what Griffin said. That's kind of how I feel about.
Just tell me when.
One of the biggest gimmicks that like.
Oh wait, no, I was. Wow, I wanted to see what he was saying. Okay.
He'll call back. He calls every 20 minutes. We can't keep the lines clogged up for an hour. We have other callers. That's right, guys. We are now accepting callers, talking about movies that blew our mind. Just one or two. It doesn't have to be a list of 10. We'd love to hear from you. We got Griffin Davis on the line. We got Matt Cragg here. And we were doing a little movie news with David Mayer as well. So that's that.
I think it's cool. Hey, it's David. We haven't met.
Oh, this is
What's
David,
up?
my beautiful producer man. He's so
Hey,
beautiful.
David,
He's
what's
French.
happening?
He's from France.
David, are you videoing in from the Eiffel Tower?
9.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in New York.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So, David, have you seen these images of firefighters lighting themselves on fire in your hometown?
You mean self-immolation? Yeah.
They're self-immolating.
Yes.
To fight the police.
Beating the shit out of cops. Rules.
I think it's pretty cool.
They put the Frankfurter on the stick and then they barbecue themselves with it. Yeah.
Are you German? You sound more German. Okay.
Yeah,
No, he's a normal civilian living in France during the 1940s.
Yes, that's it. I hear the dialect. I'm glad you guys got to meet. I'm glad you got to meet David. He's a sweet soul.
Where are you at, Griffin? Are you in Texas? You in California?
Los Angeles.
You're in Los Angeles. Wow.
In the trenches, baby. He's been out protesting like crazy.
How do you feel about Gavin Newsom revealing that on June 12th, production can resume?
Yeah, he doesn't.
I don't know. I mean, I here's the thing. I feel like everyone who is like who is making fun or expressing concern about the reopen are people working from home or people who have podcasts. And the people that I talk to in my restaurant, for instance, which includes a lot of people who are like undocumented who don't receive any unemployment, hearing the news that they reopen is amazing for them. I mean, they know that no one is coming to save these people. The federal government isn't providing small business loans. There is not a vaccine coming, and no one is giving these people money. So I think it's very easy for a lot of liberals and people who get to work from home and keep their jobs right now to say, oh, these reopen people are crazy. No, they're not crazy. They're actually more realistic than y'all. They know no one is coming down the hill to save them. And they're desperate to get back to work because no one's coming to help.
Do you know a lot of people who work in like the music, TV, film production industry?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I know a lot of people that are desperate for that kind of work as well. But I mean, I think, especially as we've been seeing over the last couple of days, the World Health Organization keeps flip-flopping on the facts as well. It's really hard to tell. No one knows the real truth because not even the WHO is. Now they're flip-flopping on what asymptomatic means, if everyone needs to wear masks or not. So it's a complete disaster. So I think making fun of people who want to reopen the economy, not accusing anyone here of doing that, but that's what I see the most of on my Facebook and my liberal internet feed, are people that have rich parents, are people who are working from home currently, are people that are like me who can just chill at home, collect unemployment, play video games. But I know a lot of people that have 2 to 3 kids. They had 2 to 3 jobs before the virus just to make ends meet, and no one's coming to save those people. They know it, and they're thinking a lot more realistically than the people online who get paid to do a podcast. I'm not accusing anyone here. None of us are successful enough to make money off a podcast.
I don't know what you're talking about. Speaking of which, it's time to talk about our sponsor real quick. How's that sound?
Are you talking about Save Green Money?
We're talking about Save Green Money, guys.
Oh, man, Save Green Money. You know what I really love about Save Green Money?
What do you love? What do you love, David?
I love when the sun goes down and I can't use my solar panels anymore. Yep. I use my lunar panels.
Oh,
There's no better way to get energy in the evenings than with lunar panels, you guys. And Save Green Money helps you do that.
Let's take a look at these lunar panels. Oh my gosh, that's right, guys. It's for all your satellite. Your eco-friendly panels and solar panels and all that kind of stuff on
it's top quality equipment, parts, and customer service for your solar equipment, wind and water needs.
You're looking to get off the grid. If you're tired of just being plugged into the national grid, you just feel like getting out of there, Save Green Money is the place to go. Let me tell you.
My favorite part of Save Green Money is that the benefit of shopping with them is threefold. You get what you want, you're moving towards sustainable living, and you're saving money in the process. I mean, come on, guys. Save Green Money. Was that your featured product there? What's the discount on that? Anything?
At this current hour, I don't think they're taking orders for it yet.
It's coming.
It's down the pipeline. Yeah, it's breaking advertising news.
Okay, that's perfect. Well, that was Save Green Money, guys. So thank you again to Save Green Money for being our sponsor. If you want to sponsor the show, you're welcome to reach out to us, PM us, slide into our DMs, whatever works for you. Or you can email me at moviebladpodcast@gmail.com.
Don't save blue money, save green money.
Save that green money. Yeah, it's not called Save Blue Money, luckily. And it's an independently owned business. Sadly, Johnny is an African American, so maybe you should go to a different site, honestly. Because everything I'm buying is African American. I don't care. I'm really into this spend put your dollar into the right places.
Hell yeah, I
try
am
to do
too.
that
And I was
more
just
more.
thinking, why? I am too, Andrew. I agree. And I was just thinking, who the fuck was like buying white people food before? Like all the shit I'm eating in LA is like Korean, Thai food. Like,
That's true.
Who the fuck was like going to buy the white people food before this? I'm like, yeah, I'm ordering the same amount of Roscoe's that I do now.
I mean, you know, it's we're towing the line, but I don't mind because the message is what I care about. You know, that's just live.
I'm agreeing. Everyone should support black businesses, and I'm more saying it's funny how few white people food is good.
Yes, yeah, that's a hot take right there.
Or cheaply available other than pizza and burgers.
Right, pizza, famously American thing.
A famous American staple. Do you want to take a quick break, guys, or do you want to keep going?
What are the analytics telling you?
I don't know. Just it depends. Probably just like another little bit. Why?
I need to turn my AC on. I'm getting shiny.
You can turn your AC
Can y'all tell I'm here?
No, we can't, Sharon. But are you willing to chill until the break?
Ghost.
I've been here for a while.
Oh, you're so creepy. All right, we'll be right back, guys. I guess Sharon's here too.
Sharon.
They can hear you during the break, by the way. I'm not going to cut that this time.
So during the, you can turn it off.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
Well, one way that I do it, Andrew, is I change the Zoom output audio preferences to something else that's like not the Apple output.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Like I switch it to like my Yeti output instead, so it's not being recorded by the OBS.
I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Hello, my name is
sticking around?
Katie. I'm calling MovieBlab.
Sure. I was putting together a package for a little place called Saturday Night Live.
Way more episodes.
Nice. Holy shit. That's awesome.
Not every single one.
No, it's just
All right, I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
Nice.
You gonna submit a packet, Michael?
Oh no, it's Paddington.
I know, I have to write a couple of words.
Hey, Paddington.
I know, but
How are you, buddy?
I'm just feeling cheap about how I'm doing quarantine. Then I looked, I've written like 200 I'm missing it.
Oh, that's great, Paddington. So you're nice
Griffin,
and
you should
full, huh?
submit something about Trump being a cheetah.
Would you like a bite?
I should.
I don't know.
We open on a cemetery. The graves
I
don't
can
read Trump.
In the virtual
It's an
studio right now, I'm
orange
trying to do the
show.
show, man.
Like,
but
yes,
I can't believe you decided to grace us with your presence.
That's
This
the kind
is
of stuff they
insane.
want right now. So, you know,
I'm
that's the
just
kind of stuff they should get.
Oh, that's
There's
very
this
sweet of you
hilarious
to
fucking thread in
say,
the comedy community about how, like, you shouldn't submit to SNL.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
Al, it's Paddington.
And it was just, it was just like the most
have you been
dog-brained
being kind and
like
polite,
shit about
Carly?
it. Clearly from people who don't watch or read into who makes SNL. Because if you pay attention at all to the scoreboard of the last like
What'd you
5
say, Al?
years of SNL, it's
What,
all written by
I
like
bet you're
a gay
hungry.
Latino
You want
named
some
Julio
marmalade?
Torres and like Anna Dresden and like it's written by a bunch of women and gay dudes and also like Latino people.
Well, there you go.
They've been really racist, like even in the last 10 years, they've done super racist shit. But I don't know. I don't think that means that like you as like a diverse person should not submit. Yeah.
Yeah, I
am getting a job. They told me.
I can't say I've paid much attention to what SNL's been doing lately. Just because I haven't found it very funny. I feel like generally they'll have 1 or 2 sketches that maybe hit, but for the most part, I don't find it very funny anymore.
I think that's just the nature of the sketch comedy medium. A lot of it does suck, but there's at least one good sketch in an episode, and then sometimes 2 to 3. If you walk away from a season of SNL with 8 to 10 really funny sketches out of a whole season, I don't know. To me, that's a normal sketch team in LA.
Yeah, I guess. And it still is if you are in the sort of sketch comedy world or in the improv world, That is like the goal, right? Like to be on SNL. So
I don't know if it's like for me it's not like a goal, but like I could envision like a way where you get on for like a season of SNL and like you don't get anything on, then you get like more TV writing jobs like after it. To me, it's like a platforming thing because like the idea of being like one of like the 10 people that sticks around on SNL for a long time, it's like a writer. Yeah, like Heather Ann Campbell like is like one of the biggest TV writers. She never got a sketch on SNL. Yeah, her sketches were good too. Although they were too weird for SNL. I read her sketches for the ones that she tried to get on, and it was like, yeah, this is not what SNL would want.
What does she write for now?
So she writes for Rick and Morty. She writes for Miracle Workers, Twilight Zone.
You are live, you know that, right? They can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
just
we're
making
just
sure. I just double checking.
Yeah, I was making fun of some people who were complaining about SNL. So I don't know. Who cares? Also, it was funny, Michael, the person that posted that was like, they already have a Latino person on the cast. I'm like, this is for writing. Like, this is a writer's call.
What is it, like an open submission thing, or like do you have to have like a in through the theaters or something?
Oh wait, Bennington sent me the perfect one too. Bennington created art.
Yeah, it's not that guy. Send me that
Oh, Jesus! Oh my God! Ian, your writing is too good. Step out of the way. Damn, no one from LA watches this, so I can name drop whoever. Well, J.K. Rowling turned off replies.
Let's talk about her.
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
Here we go.
I don't really know anything about it, so yes, anymore.
MovieBlab.
I saw headlines, but I didn't look into it too much. I just know that.
That's how you know someone's not on Twitter if they don't know that J.K. Rowling is bad.
I'm not. On
Yeah, it is like a temperature test. Yeah.
Y'all ready? Actually,
Redman and the Harry Potter actor both distanced themselves from her. That's all I know. Wait, let me rip this door.
Yo, my name's JK. I'm here to say that I don't like if you're queer or gay. I only like straight people, that's the thing. Hogwarts and put them in 4 categories. Yeah. You get to be a Gryffindor.
Sing about menstruating.
You're not a real lady if you don't bleed.
I saw this thing that was like the 4 houses in Hogwarts are like Slytherin are like white supremacists, Gryffindor are cops, Ravenclaw are like elite liberal academics, and then Hufflepuffs are just stoner burnouts.
Yeah, it's basically like Hogwarts is just the current population of Harvard.
We're back, guys. Good.
Welcome back, everyone.
Got him.
Griffin, you sure you don't want to be in here? No, I like your voice. I like your.
We got a little space. Look right here.
We do have a little space, but I'm gonna add a little text that says you're hearing Griffin. That'll help everyone, because our mouths aren't moving, but words are coming out. No, it's a call-in. It's something. Okay, let's talk about J.K. Rowling a little bit, because this is interesting. And Griffin, you and I were discussing this the other day. So, this is a complex issue, but not really.
No, it's actually very cut and dry.
It's pretty simple. Griffin, why don't you describe what happened so that I don't fuck this up?
This has been a repeat thing that's happened. This is not like a thing that only happened yesterday.
We're talking about J.K. Rowling. Yeah.
J.K. Rowling has
Another
basically
occurrence.
She's been on Twitter for years, basically, just stepping into her own rakes. Sounds
like Joe Biden.
At first, she started to basically imply the first big one was that Dumbledore was actually gay, even though it was never referenced in any of the books.
Yeah, which is so cool that would be the character trait, but she'd totally keep it from ever being a thing.
So she retroactively did that one. And then, not to be outdone, then next up she said Hermione was actually always African American in her mind.
Oh, I remember that one.
And
I missed that one.
Oh yeah,
she's the worst. Wow.
Well, in the play, if you go onto the Broadway play of The Cursed Child, I believe she's played by an African American.
Yeah, and that's great. And it's not like J.K. Rowling wasn't an executive producer on 7 Harry Potter films where she could have decided things like casting.
Can I ask a question? Have you read her 3,600 word essay today?
Oh my goodness.
She did a new essay today?
Yeah, it dropped 20 minutes ago. Do you want to hear a quote? Do you want to hear
Let's please do a reading. Yes, let's do a reading.
All right,
my
hold
goodness.
on. Let me put a little music under it.
Boom.
I want these trans women to be safe. At the same time, I do not want to make natal girls and women less safe. She says at one point, acknowledging elsewhere, I believe the majority of trans-identified people not only pose zero threat to others, but are vulnerable for all the reasons I've outlined. I'm mentioning these things now, not in an attempt to garner sympathy, but out of solidarity with the huge numbers of women who have histories like mine, who've been slurred as bigots for having concerns about single-sex spaces. The last thing I want to say is this. I haven't written this essay in the hope that anybody will get out a violin for me, not even a teeny-weeny one. I've only mentioned my past because, like every other human being on this planet, I have a complex backstory which shapes my fears, my interests, and my opinions. I never forgot that inner complexity when I'm creating a fictional character, and I certainly never forgot it when it comes to trans people who are fictional, apparently. And that's the end of that one. Wow.
I think the only person who cares more about excluding trans people is Ben Shapiro. Like,
I want
to. It sucks for Ben that I'm going to hook up with his sister.
Oh,
and like, why?
A twist.
Dude, have you guys seen Ben Shapiro's sister? She got the voice of an angel.
Oh wow! But how do you feel about that? These new comments coming in here.
Craig, what were you saying?
Oh no, she's just like, it's like, just shut up. Just shut your mouth.
Yeah,
like,
get back in your lane.
But she's a voice. She can't be silent. She's a voice of a generation.
Well, she's the voice of a previous generation, and she wants to get back to that center again, and she can't because she's has awful values. But I think aside from like the obvious shit, like I think we can all agree, trans people, trans women are women. Trans people deserve respect, value, and they don't. And they're also one of the most targeted groups of people. So it's not just having it's not having like a non-PC opinion. It's targeting people who are like assaulted and murdered at rates way higher than like any like almost
and given no justice.
So
and then to take that and say like, oh well, I don't dislike trans people. I just think that women, like single sex women, are more important. It's just so disingenuous and just like absolute. It's just like nonsense.
Yeah, and I think we can all agree on sort of these micro moments of it. But I've been thinking a lot about what Hogwarts and Harry Potter really means to people because of this.
Let me get my rim shot out. Go ahead.
Your rim shot. I grew up with Harry Potter too, but in a lot of ways, I think a reason that people are confused and hurt by this is because I think a lot of us have sort of misinterpreted a lot of the themes and structural meanings behind like the world that she built in Harry Potter. I mean, the world that she built in Harry Potter is essentially one of the neoliberal order. People
Yeah.
from around
Let's
the
talk
world.
about Cho Chang.
People from hold on, I'll get to that. What I'm talking about is a little bit bigger than just like the individual racism tropes.
Yeah,
she
that's
has,
just the most
but-
obvious example. If you're gonna be tapping into this, that's just the first one that comes to like I think the most identifiable. But go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, but I think listen, it's like in the universe of Harry Potter, you go to a school because you are a chosen one, because your blood is literally different from the normal people, and you are an elevated class of people, and because people who aren't magical are fucking muggles, which sounds like a fucking slur. And you literally then go to an elite institution of just the only chosen people. You also have to have a lot of money for it, apparently, because like Harry Potter like discovered his parents were like rich, which allowed him to like go and buy stuff to go to this school. And this was like all of these things and these factors, we don't even question those back when Harry Potter came out, because that's the world order that was accepted and right and what we considered just. But as we're seeing now in the world is like, upper middle class elites get to have this, magical experience while the rest of us are muggles. So the meaning of Harry Potter it has changed with the context of our time.
And he was a poor boy living in a.
It's
no,
the
he wasn't.
1%. Damn it.
No, I know.
No,
I'm just saying he's
rich.
depicted as
Yeah.
such. I'm saying he's depicted as such.
Oh, because he lives under the staircase and he gets abused by his uncle.
Yeah, but I mean,
Poor
like,
white boy.
there's still good moments in Harry Potter, but I think one thing about who J.K. Rowling is someone who is a cultural milestone of the neoliberal order. And in a time when we are questioning the structures of power on our lives, something like Hogwarts and Harry Potter starts to feel very naive and childish. And
what the
and
fuck
sort of,
is going on?
I don't know who that is. I don't know.
Bum, bum, bum. Is it the troll?
He called in. Should we call them back? I'm not trying
Is
to
the troll-
interrupt, but there is a number to call back. Anyway, go ahead.
Harry Potter in general now just comes off as very naive and childish, in terms of the moment culturally that we're in.
And racist too, and anti-Semitic.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
a million times over.
The depiction of the Goblin bankers.
Oh God, totally.
I mean, you have to give Dobby a sock.
Hook nose,
Dobby the slave. Dobby the slave
Yeah.
needs a sock. We thought it was a commentary, but it's not.
And then the tattoos. Slytherin get their tattoos. All fit in.
And also, yeah, it's really confusing. Like, is Slytherin just like a Hogwarts sponsored white supremacy?
Yes,
like
the
it's like
incels.
they're like 25. No, they're not just incels. They're like white supremacists. So like in that context, like is it state sponsored white supremacy? Like because Hogwarts has established that they are 25% of the school, and they will sort and train people into that way of thinking, because they will put
into
young
that
children
ideology.
Yes.
through that ideology and program. So it's like when you take a step back, it's like in all the years after Harry Potter, where everyone took the Harry Potter quiz to find out what house they're in, and a lot of people, found a lot of upper middle class people found like a lot of identity in Hogwarts, whereas I would gather to assess that a lot more blue collar working class people probably don't identify with the Wizards in Gryffindor.
Sherrod, are you still there?
Oh yeah. I'm working too at the same time. That's why I'm entertaining myself by working and listening.
We've only got a few more hours before taxes are due.
I'm doing my taxes for 2021.
Oh, good.
Yeah, this whole year is a write-off at this point.
Yeah. Well, anything more we should say about how stupid Harry Potter is and racist before I try to call back this what the fuck is going on person?
That was Alex Kahn's voice.
It was? He called from a different number?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, damn. He fooled me.
Gotcha.
I don't understand why he doesn't understand what's going on.
Well, isn't his evaluation coming up? Make sure that you inscribe it all.
You want to get his thoughts on this?
Let's call him back.
All right.
Yeah.
If you tell me to call him, I'll call him, and if you tell me to hang up, I'll hang up. That's how the game goes, guys. I changed it.
Okay,
so I'm not the
give him a
mean
call.
guy.
Give him a call.
All right, let's get him a call because he went from a different number and everything.
I think it'd be good if he was talking about Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'd like to hear his thoughts on Harry Potter in a different generation. So let me see. Let's see if we can get a younger voice on this.
Listen, I think the one thing we can all agree on is the southern states of America were right. J.K. Rowling is a witch, and they should burn the books and ban them.
For different reasons.
Yeah, score one for Focus on the Family on that one.
I think that they were kind of. I think they might have been right.
What about Twilight? Is that racist? Well, I haven't heard anything from what's her name. Oh, he's not gonna pick up now.
Hello.
Hello. We decided that we will call you back to talk about this issue.
Talk about what?
Oh, are
Do you say issue?
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
Maybe he didn't call in. Ask him.
Did you call in from another number?
I did not call in through another number.
Okay, I'll call you. We'll call you right back. Let's find out who's pissed.
Call that number back.
Yeah, you know.
It sounded like Alex.
Twilight, by the way, is more about rapist culture.
You're right.
It's more. Yeah, it's about being like a
teenage
subject
desire.
to men.
It's about falling in love with your rapist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello. Sir. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
What's your name?
Oh, I'm just a dedicated viewer.
Oh, cool. Who is this?
Can't you tell? I bet Matt Crack can tell. Griffin, can you tell? Maybe Sherrod?
It's Morgan.
Oh, it's Han.
No.
No. Who is this? It's David. It's you, David. You fool! You tricked us again. You are annoying. That was good. 'Cause that's David, dude. He got me. Sadly, this isn't the first time I've been gotten this way.
Wait,
How
who's
did
David?
you record? David's the guy that's on the screen. He's right there. See him?
Oh, hold on.
Oh, hello. Oh.
Anyway. Okay, we'll call Alex back.
Wait, I'm so confused.
Yeah, David confused everyone because he's a huge troll. But that's why I love him. So.
Were you on the screen when you made that call?
I was.
Did you hold up a phone?
Yes, he did. I was too busy working on figuring this shit out to notice that I never suspected my friends of trying to fuck with me that hard.
So half of this show is just like the same people who are already on just calling in again.
Yeah, sort of.
You figured it out.
It's like the way half of your show is YouTube videos. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Who's calling?
Like the callers are my YouTube videos.
We had been talking about J.K. Rowling, how she's transphobic. Oh, and movies that blew your mind. Yeah, I recently saw a movie that blew my mind. Have you, Alex?
So I was telling the truth.
Yes, you were telling the truth.
I was telling the truth.
It's important.
Why
it's important
you
to tell
doubt
the truth.
me?
I don't know.
I don't think we doubted you.
Yeah.
No, there was doubt.
You just said there was doubt?
I just know you have a house phone. I thought maybe you called with a different number and it kind of sounded like you. And I think that was the whole idea for David, the evil troll. Anyway, what do you want? Just kidding. What do you think about J.K. Rowling?
I think it was disgusting.
Good.
I think it was disgusting. You know what's funny is that there were like some people that I don't associate with anymore that retweeted that.
Did you grow up on the Harry Potter stories? Did you grow up on the Harry Potter films or books?
I'm the generation that grew up with the movies.
Do you have a robe?
Makes sense.
Do I have a robe?
Did you ever dress up as any of the Weasleys?
I'll let you in the Zoom call
No,
if you.
I never like dressed up. I never really did Halloween.
Let me finish my statement, Craig. I'll let him in the Zoom call if he's willing to burn his Harry Potter robe in his backyard on screen.
Oh God, I don't have a.
Who's munching?
But what I was saying was is that it just that what she said was fucking disgusting. And my thing is, just like, I don't know why people have this urge to go after transgender individuals. I just don't.
It's because there is a population of particularly white feminists that operate on a different economic scale from the movement of feminism and have their own values that are contrary to it. That's why
and they don't want to cloud it.
And there's also a bunch of like really, really stupid people in general.
Very good.
but it's structural too, because if you see even like in America, like the Women's March, for instance, that's something that supposedly should be very pro-women, was exclusionary to trans people, and that's sort of like a really nefarious type of feminism by like upper class white women that excludes trans people, working class women, and women of color.
You can't preach
yeah.
love.
It's very much like
everyone.
the Hillary Clinton feminism. I call it
entirely.
Yeah. Where it's just like you're it's this like rich woman feminism where we don't give a fuck about anybody else, just us. Like Hillary Clinton said stuff like super predators, and she wasn't in favor of gay marriage.
Who is that?
Griffin.
It's me. I'm cooking.
Will you mute yourself when you move things around? It's
I'll
really
mute.
it's
I'll
very
mute.
loud. Just when you're moving.
sorry.
Just when you're
Thanks
crinkling.
for saying that, because I thought Andrew was gonna blame me.
Well, I still blame you.
You're gonna still blame.
Just kidding.
But what I was saying, and it's so funny, it's just so funny. I used to have a lot of friends that were like in that really stupid intellectual dark web bullshit. And
wait, what's
it's fucking,
that? What's
you don't know what the intellectual dark web is, Andrew?
I know what the dark web is. I don't know what the intellectual dark web is.
Do you know people like Jordan Peterson?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of people that are kind of like this young conservative that think they're all cool and edgy because they like Stefan Molyneux and Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
I think Griffin would probably know what I'm talking about more.
Are you talking
I know
about
you're talking.
Jordan
I know you're
Peterson?
talking about Con.
Are you talking about Jordan Peterson, Alex?
That's a pretty good Jordan Peterson. Is he still in a coma?
Jordan Peterson's in a coma?
Yeah, apparently his daughter had him put into a coma because of his drug use or something.
That's why he has Hermit the Frog voice.
We got a comment. Alex Kahn kills me. I'm not gonna tell you. It's a private comment.
A private comment?
Yeah, it was sent to me directly.
It's a private comment.
Alex Kahn. I have a question for you. I hear that this is your last week. What bigger and better things are you moving on to?
Yeah, who poached you
after this internship?
You gotta go work for Team Room now. Go work for Team Room.
I'm writing mostly.
Oh right, you've been writing a lot of poetry. That was part of last week's work. Did you want to read a poem? Do you have a movie-related poem or just a poem?
Why?
I have, no movie-related
It's part of his internship, Griffin.
I just have
we had him write a Sistina.
Yeah, and something else. Did he ever write the second one?
I've basically just sending Craig all of my poetry. So Craig has seen most of the poetry I've been writing.
Well, I think a lot of people out there are going to enjoy this poem, whatever you choose to write.
Are you self-publishing?
On Amazon?
I published 2 on my Facebook.
That's great. I love that. He was like, I don't want to do this, and then we were like, do it, and then now he's writing his own poems. He's written 9 poems now. So you're welcome. You were a poet. You didn't know it.
Thank you. That's what pushing it does. And also,
sometimes you don't want to do things.
This is just a thought. This is just a thought that came into my mind. Griffin was here on my worst intern corner.
Was that today's?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not today. No, back in the day. The last time we were on was when we had my worst intern corner. Remember when I told the story that I had to finish on Tomb Room?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was a great corner. What are you talking about?
No, because Andrew yelled at me after that one.
You didn't yell at you. I've never yelled at you.
It's
Don't forget,
culture
guys,
How could I yell at you?
Constructive
How could I yell at you? How could I
constructive
yell at you? We
criticism.
literally don't communicate any
We
other way with
just need
Facebook
to be
Messenger.
heard.
There's no way I could yell at you on Facebook Messenger. It's text.
Griffin, what are you cooking? Is it something vegan?
No.
Griffin, are you
gluten-free?
I love that.
Griffin, if you're vegan, then that's like the sixth friend I have that's vegan.
Griffin, would you consider Alex the intern a friend?
He does.
I'm not a
Yeah,
friend.
Nice,
Yeah, man, we're
Alex.
friends.
You should exchange numbers.
Don't forget, call in now, 908-679-9940. We're kind of just having general conversations right now, but we also want to hear you tell us the movie that blew your mind.
Woo! Kablooey! Kablooey! Kablam!
I want to say this. Andrew is oppressing me because he's not allowing everybody to see my beautiful face.
Yes, today he requested that he be allowed to show his face again. And I said no. Because
his camera work is terrible.
your camera work is terrible. Your sound is awful.
In a week, I'm gonna be dyeing my hair again, and on that day I want to Zoom.
You can take a video.
Oh, what happened to the cutting of the hair?
Yeah, don't
That's
even.
not fucking happening.
No, let's not. We're not going.
Let's talk about something. We don't want to talk about the hair thing.
It's a conversation that makes me so
I'm
mad.
dyeing my hair blue.
Alex Kahn, are you familiar with this director, Gaspar Noé?
Yes.
Fantastic. Have you seen the movie Love that he made?
Yes.
Nice. What did you think about his inclusion of trans people in that film?
Great question.
I mean, it was good that he included trans people. Yes.
Nice. Did that movie blow your mind?
I didn't think that movie blew my mind, but it was a pretty good movie. I've seen pretty much all of Gaspar Noé's films.
Would you say any of those films have blown your mind?
Irreversible shocked me.
Nice. Is shocking mind-blowing? Can it be?
I wouldn't say mind-blowing, but I was just shocked by the amount of content that was in there.
Hey.
Nice. Is it groundbreaking in your opinion?
I
For those of you who are not familiar with Irreversible, it's pretty much an hour and a half long rape scene.
Well, it's 22 minutes actually,
exactly.
and it's a great. And it's I don't know how I'm not gonna say anything about that movie, but I
it's
don't
one of
hate
the
it.
movies that has genuinely shocked me.
I love these movie interviews. We ask Alex if things are good. He says yes or no, and then other people say, "I'm not going to talk about the movie." It's an incredible fucking breakdown.
You're the dick. I just don't want to. Have you seen?
Alex,
We watched Irreversible together.
Yeah,
Griffin,
good.
we watched Irreversible. Griffin, we watched Irreversible together. Do you remember?
Yeah, and I found it unbearable.
I remember we had to get up and walk away. Like I've never had to stand up before and walk away. It's pretty unbearable, but it is to me. It is still some form of art that has something to say. And it's not what I'm watching on a Friday. That's for sure.
I think Enter the Void. Enter the Void blew my mind.
Enter the Void totally blew my. Hold on, Alex. Enter the Void totally blew my mind, Sherrod. I totally agree with that. Another film I saw with Griffin. Griffin and I have been on we went on a Gaspar Noé adventure when we were young.
Yeah, we did.
And
Nice.
we went and saw
Still
Enter the Void, and there was some guy near us, I believe, who was super tripping out, right?
Yeah, the guys next to us were definitely on drugs, which is I don't know. It's like the movie itself is a drug. So
where did you see the movie? Was it at IFC? Because if so, it might have been me.
We saw it in IFC. New York.
You were in the same class with David, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Oh, well then, yeah, it totally could have been me. Because I saw it at IFC New York as well.
And we saw it at like midnight. So like the movie's like 3 hours. So you go on this trip and then you walk out of the movie theater at like 3 a.m. and you just have to like roam the streets of New York when it's all like quiet and empty. It was a whole trip of a movie. I mean, I think for me, Enter the Void, doesn't have that much to say in terms of. It doesn't really have anything interesting to say necessarily, but it's like a technical marvel. It's just like this guy that like really likes drugs made a movie and like encapsulated it with technical style in a way.
I think there's a lot more of a spiritual.
Yeah,
there's
I
a lot
guess
more
I
said
don't
about
respect
spiritual
it.
journey. There's a lot said about grief and loss. There's a lot said about grief and loss.
This cyclicality of grief and loss and of life, and how microcosms and microcosms.
All the
And
spirituality
why we
shit's a
take
little
drugs
too
in the first
foo-foo
place.
for me.
Yeah,
all
probably,
the spirituality stuff's a little too foo-foo for me, and so
Yeah.
I don't really like respect it as like quote unquote saying something.
So you're
but,
implying like foo-foo as in
as in I think it's like I think spirituality is like a cover to like imply that you have a more meaningful thing to say than you do.
Well, like you said,
could he be
I
examining?
agree with Griffin on that.
Interesting, yeah. I mean,
Enter the Void is my least favorite of his films.
okay. What about Climax? Or do you want to tell me why it's your least favorite?
Climax I felt was like good. Like I liked Climax. It wasn't, again, Irreversible is probably my favorite of his films.
So
I have respect for anything that genuinely shocks me, because very little genuinely shocks me.
it says here that Gaspar Noé is an atheist. Literally, his personal life is 3 sentences. The first one is Noé is an atheist, and then it says he is married to filmmaker Lucille something, and then though an Argentinian and Italian citizen through his parents, Noé has spent the entirety of his professional career in France. However, contrary to some reports, he's not a French citizen. His short films are crazy too. But did you get to see? Did anyone else see Climax?
I haven't seen Climax.
With the first 3D cum shot.
My roommate says that Climax rules.
Is that the one?
Yeah, your one of your bestest friends, Andrew Edison, also says that, Griffin. It
Well,
totally
then
rules.
That's 2 people.
That's cool and all.
I was just sad it
These
was
movies
2017.
sound great and all. Con, can I speak? These movies sound great and all, but have you guys ever seen the Transformers movies?
Hell yeah.
The Transformers movies suck in general.
Hang up on him.
Why?
No.
Right.
I protest.
That's sorry. I'm sorry. That opinion is neither interesting nor correct.
That the Transformers movies aren't good?
Well, first of all, it's not
I
an
remember
interesting
watching-
take because
The thing is, I remember, like, there's probably a reason why, like, I hate all of
You
these
see,
movies.
yeah.
I remember having to watch Transformers 3 at a sleepover party, and it being like one of the most
forced you?
annoying experiences I've ever had.
no, that's the best one. Transformers 3 is the best one.
Transformers 3 is the best one.
Transformers 3 is like about 9/11, and it's like Bayhem.
9/11?
Is that with
You
McDreamy from
seriously
Grey's
think
Anatomy?
Michael Bay is that smart?
What? Hold
You
on.
seriously think Michael Bay is that smart? All
Dude,
Michael Bay thinks
what the-
about is asses.
Okay,
He knows
dude,
how to
I'm
make
sorry.
money.
I'm
That
Alex.
is
knows
all
how to
Michael
make
Bay
money.
thinks about.
Boo.
First of
He
all,
just cares about hot ladies. Hot
dude,
ladies
I'm sorry.
and
Have you
explosions.
seen?
That
Shut
is
the
all
fuck
Michael
up!
Bay thinks
Shut
about.
the fuck up! Have you seen?
Michael Bay
Have you
is like
seen
the
a Marvel
jock that
movie?
beat your ass in high school. That is
Have
what,
you
that's what Michael Bay is.
Have you seen a Marvel movie, dude? No one can make a Bayhem.
No, Marvel movies
Like-
suck too.
No, but like in terms of action and set piece, no one does it like Michael Bay.
It's true.
Well, he is a commercial director at heart. He doesn't really care too much about plot.
I enjoy his films. I don't love them.
The only movie I liked, there is one movie I kind of
Don't
liked
say
from
The
Michael
Island.
Bay, which is
Don't
Pain and
say The
Gain, which
Island.
I thought Pain and Gain was kind of interesting.
Pain and Gain?
Wait, is that with The Rock and with that other racist?
I just forgot. The racist robot
The Rock
in
is
Transformers 2.
No, the other one who's Pain Game.
What's it
Oh,
called?
remember
Pain
Mark
and Gain.
Wahlberg?
I think this is
Mark
Transformers
Wahlberg.
3.
Oh, he's racist?
But how come in every
so
Transformers movie,
Mark
there's,
Wahlberg is like
close-ups
performed
of
multiple.
every one of the actors' boobs.
Alex,
Every
dude,
one of them
Alex,
is
get the,
giant
Alex,
as
dude,
shit.
Alex,
hang
get
up?
the fuck off.
Okay,
Just get the fuck off the call.
It's
like, dude, there's no give or take. Like, he will not let anyone talk. Fuck that kid.
Michael Bay is a really
Hang
not
up on
great
him.
person.
Hang up on him.
Wait,
Golly.
Oh boy.
did Michael? Speaking of The
You gotta
Rock,
learn how to listen.
It sucks, dude.
did Michael Bay direct the movie The Rock?
Oh boy.
I don't
Yes.
believe so. Really?
I'm sorry. Oh man, that was great.
About with Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
Because to tell the truth, that was the first movie where I saw I felt cheated out of an action scene with just zooming in and shaking the camera.
Oh, I agree.
I've felt that many times.
But I mean,
Yeah, I agree, Sharon. That's like,
That's an early Bay. That's an
It's-
early Bay.
Early bag.
it was like reminiscent of like a new style that happened in like the early 2000s, like with the Bourne Identity movies, where it was all about shaking the camera and obscuring the action as opposed to highlighting the action.
right. It was a way of cheating so you wouldn't have to be responsible for choreographing
Exactly.
a perfect fight or stunt.
And then look at what we actually respect as the greatest action film of the last decade is like Mad Max, something shot in like full wides,
Yep.
like showcasing real physical action.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I'm a huge fan of George Miller.
Yeah, I can't wait for whatever's next with him.
That's why
Who was saying they didn't know Mark Wahlberg was a racist?
No, I
that was-
didn't
that
know.
was
I
me.
didn't know. I know he's. I don't like him based on things in the past, but I didn't know that he had done anything that went over.
Oh, he's committed hate crimes as a
He's
child, as a
committed like
teenager.
multiple hate crimes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. This is not breaking news.
Uh,
This is widely available
yeah.
news.
It resurfaced again after the actor was accused of hypocrisy for sharing a post supporting the Black Lives Matter movement.
Got a slap back in his face.
He had a history of using racial slurs and hate crimes as a teenager while living in Boston in the 80s. Wahlberg was twice charged for race-related hate crimes, serving time in jail for one of the attacks. In 1986, Wahlberg and three friends were charged for chasing three black children and pelting them with rocks while yelling "kill the N-words."
Yep.
Until an ambulance driver intervened. The
Mhm.
next day, Wahlberg harassed another group of mostly black children
Yep.
at the beach, gathering other white men to join in racially abusing and throwing rocks at them.
Yep.
A seemingly unrelated second incident occurred 2 years later in 1988 when Wahlberg attacked two Vietnamese men while high on PCP.
He was on PCP?
Oh, yeah.
Dude's all over the place.
Wow.
And
He knocked out one of the Vietnamese men with a 5-foot wooden stick while pushing another man, Army veteran Johnny Tran, in the eye the same day. Officers reported that Wahlberg used racial slurs to describe both men.
but
Sounds
none
like
He was
a-
charged with attempted murder, but pleaded guilty to felony assault.
Mark
Claiming
Wahlberg
he
was
was
charged with
intoxicated.
attempted murder?
Yeah.
Sounds like
Yeah.
Mel Gibson.
Do you want to hear what he said about George Floyd?
Oh boy.
He said, "The murder of George Floyd is heartbreaking. We must all work together to fix this problem. I'm
Are you
praying
doing
for
Trump?
all of us. God bless." It's the same, apparently.
No, that's his
That's
Wahlberg.
my shitty Wahlberg. Do you have a Wahlberg?
Okay, now I'm looking up.
My Wahlberg came out pretty
Marky
Trump.
Mark and the Funky Bunch. to see
Yeah,
who
dude,
his
that's
fa-
what I'm sad I can't jam to that song anymore. It's such a good song.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is the article fails to mention his biggest hate crime being a white rapper.
Andrew, you should put up a picture of Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Sure. Right now I'm putting up an article about how he's a racist.
that good vibration.
Yeah, that's it. Oh.
Got the good vibrations.
I got a question for you guys. How likely are you to go see a movie in a month or two? AMC recently said that they were going to be opening up in July and August.
Yeah, dude.
throughout the nation.
Midnight release of Unhinged.
Oh yeah?
You
You're gonna
guys
make
seen
it? You're gonna go
you guys
out?
seen
You're
the-
gonna help support AMC?
Have you seen the trailer to Unhinged?
Which one's Unhinged?
Unhinged is the one that stars what's his face? Mel Gibson,
Russell
right?
Crowe.
Russell Crowe?
Russell Crowe, right?
Russell
Fighting around the
Crowe.
world.
Go ahead.
Jimmy Simpson, Karen
It's-
Pistorius, Gabriel
it's-
Bateman.
Russell Crowe gets into a road rage incident with another car and starts hunting the woman down.
Craig, I lost your video.
Oh,
There you go.
excellent. Yes, this is something I'm down. Who directed this?
I
Derek
don't know, but it looks like it looks like potentially the worst premise for this opening film when we get back out there. Not a good vibes.
IMDb usually gives you the 4 most known projects you're known for. He's done more than 4, but there are only 3 listed as his known for. So he's got to have worked on some shitty stuff. Let's see. American Dreamer, London Town, The Joneses. I have not heard of any of these. A lot of he's got some writing credits. Not too much. Some producing
Are we
credits.
talking about Russell Crowe? Well, who is
No. Derek Borte, the director of this movie.
Oh, okay.
I got a dank Mark Wahlberg is a racist meme over here. You wanna see
Yeah.
it? All right, guys, it's time for a little.
Show has gone off the rails.
This is movie related. These are actors. This show has gone off the rails. You say that every time you're on.
I was going to come in and talk about peaceful close encounters of the third kind.
Yeah, well, wake up, Sharon.
Are they ever peaceful?
I just had no idea he was a racist. Wow.
Which one?
A lot of people don't.
Yeah. I'm glad
He's
that
really
I'm glad
been
that we
able to
talked
sell
about
himself.
this. But if you'd like, go ahead.
That's why none of the dinosaurs trusted him in Transformers 5.
That's why. Yeah.
It says.
Wait. Do y'all really like the Transformer movies? Have I missed
Griffin
out
and
on
I
that?
actually do.
Okay, here's
What'd you
I'll
say?
Be short. I'll be short. Transformers 1 is a solid, simple action adventure movie for the whole family. It's not perfect, but it has set pieces and is fun and simple. Transformers 2, dog shit, just poorly made, not fun, looks bad. Transformers 3, incredible. Takes everything that Michael Bay does and turns it to 11. The sex, the cars, the action. It turns all the mayhem all the way up to something that is peak American cinema.
Cinnamon.
So, and then all the ones after that are kind of not really worth talking.
So I heard that the best one is Bumblebee.
No, Bumblebee is just inoffensive and competent.
Did he even work on that? I think he just
forgettable.
slapped his name on there as
He's a
producer.
producer. I watched it. So Bumblebee is basically a kids movie, and it attempts to exist in its own space aside from the Transformers movies.
It's PG-13, right? John Cena trying to get that WWE fandom.
Damn,
in.
I think it's PG even. I think it's a kids movie.
God.
I don't.
But were the Transformer movies rated R?
No, they're PG-13.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's
but they're risque.
But I watched Bumblebee, and the action is incredibly boring in the film. People like Bumblebee because it has a semi-competent family kids narrative. But
You should have said people like it because it's spiritual.
No, there's no spirit in
Is
this
it Alex
movie.
Kahn?
Yep.
No, fuck that kid.
Damn, Griffin, you turned on him like a dime, baby. A
Yeah.
lot of people do sometimes, but he'll come back and right into your heart.
Listen, for me, it's about respect.
He'll mold his way in there. Yeah, of course. Well, he's learning these lessons. That's what the internship
He's got to
is for.
learn. He's got to learn his listening.
And now you have taught him, Griffin, and that is a gift that many can't give. So we're calling in movies that blew your mind. I want to talk about a movie that blew my mind, but I want Cher to talk about it first. I'm done talking about racists for just for like 15 minutes, and then we'll get back to it because there's a lot of racists to identify.
I have to roll.
Okay, you're out. Should we?
Yeah, I got to roll out.
Okay. Does anyone want to stay and talk about counters, or should we just call it?
About what?
Talk about Close Encounters.
The movie or Close Encounters in general?
Sherrod wants to talk about Close Encounters, so I was going to give him a chance to talk about Close
Let's
Encounters.
talk.
I was just going by the tell us the movie that blew your mind. And
yes, exactly. The whole thing we promised.
I mean, when I was in second grade, I really got into UFO lore. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I read up on UFOs, and I watched all the movies that were out. And movies back then, it was like the original War of the Worlds is models on wires that are visible and flying saucers. And then when I was in third grade, Close Encounters came out in the movie theater.
Third grade. That's like a perfect grade to be in, like for that movie.
And so I went in, and I bet I was the only third grader that knew like exactly what the airplanes were they show at the beginning in the desert. I was like, oh my God, that's the squadron that disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh my God.
And further, and then it just blew my mind because they made the UFOs into light sculptures that looked like nothing that had ever been depicted before in film. It looks so much better than anything you could have imagined. And then the story was so good and so dreamlike, yet stuck in reality. Like all the sets, all the details, all the characters were like the world around me back then in 1977. Wow. It was
that
incredible.
That feeling when you walk out of a movie and you feel like you're in that world still was something that I felt with a lot of mind-blowing movies. Enter the Void.
But then what Spielberg's trick of like making the experience, I mean, he copied Kubrick a little bit, is like, well, it might seem like a religious experience, and then they scored it and presented the finale as a religious sort of experience where the main character leaves everything behind to go up to some kind of light sculpture heaven. It hit me so strong that to this day, it's my favorite movie of all time.
Yes.
Nice.
That is true.
I
You're
agree.
a big fan of the mind-blowings.
I love Richard Dreyfuss in it.
He was so high on cocaine that his performance is incredible.
There's a lot of similarities.
Sad but true for many.
There's a lot of similarities between UFO culture and religion because it's about believing in something that is unbelievable and greater than yourself, and something that is almost beyond comprehension, and sort of accepting like your fate and whatever comes with these like elements that are out of our control. And so like going up to that mountain peak and speaking to God basically at the end of the movie is what was great. And it was a more positive expression of like what it means to be religious than I think most religious films do.
There's also
a spiritual journey for you, would you say? Yeah?
I would say it's a religious journey.
What's the difference for you? Not to get us off track too much, but I would love to know.
I think spirituality is like a catch-all phrase that doesn't like mean anything, whereas religious people are putting their foot down on an idea.
Okay.
But, the movie had communication through music and colors. It was so cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So cool.
I guess Andrew, there's spirituality can mean anything, but Christianity means one thing.
That's true.
That's
true. Yeah. We had some nice comments. Somebody said their mind-blowing movie. Randall Misty Fine said his mind-blowing movie was Bindle Stiffs. Pretty cool. So I appreciate that. Yeah. Just using the bass, the small bass that I have from years ago. But that's nice of him to say. And then, I don't know. Okay. Thought I'd try to read the comments.
Nice. Was anybody's mind-blowing movie Jurassic World or any of the Jurassic Parks?
Jurassic World?
Well, Universal Pictures is really trying to get back into production on that one. I don't know who's excited other than Chris Pratt.
Actually, I think a lot of kids were probably blown away by the first Jurassic Park movie. Like, it was probably the movie that blew their mind.
That was a big one. It started a huge franchise.
Yeah, but I know personally, there's people that are younger than me that have said that was the movie that seemed totally different than other movies they had seen.
The animatronics that they used were fantastic. It looked so real. It looked like you felt like you were in one of those rides. You're just going through it and you're just with it. It was very different at that time.
It looks better. It looks better than the new Jurassic movies. Like the new
100%.
Jurassic movies.
All right, guys.
Like
I gotta hop off, but I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go too, guys.
Yeah, we can call it.
Fun.
Can I just wrap up the show real quick? Since everyone's gonna go, I don't, might as well call it. Let's see here, guys. Anything, Matt Cragg, that you want to plug?
Just follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Crackdom.
Okay, and David?
Hey, I'm the new filmmaker liaison at Shockfest Film Festival. If you want a discount code, hit me up at dmnightmare@gmail.com.
Hell yeah. Griffin?
Listen to Game Boys podcast on Apple or Spotify or on YouTube.
Game Boys podcast, y'all. Sharon?
I got a movie that people renamed Safe Space, and it's on Amazon.
Safe Space on Amazon. Check that out. It's awesome.
People renamed it?
Yeah, the distributor.
Okay.
Whatever makes more money.
All right, guys. I'm going to plug MovieBlab. Check it out. Like and subscribe. Also, defund the cops, Black Lives Matter, and wear a mask. Okay, see you next time.
Hey, Cab.
Bye. Hey, everybody, I'm Andrew Edison, and you're tuned in
to Movie Blab.
The clock has started. The clock has started.
Action. Thank you, guys. It's been super fun. Feel free to like and subscribe. Follow us on our Facebook page, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Periscope, all kinds of great stuff. And we will see you next time for more blabbing. Have a great night.